Okay.
We're live. We did it.
Yeah, we did
What
it.
is it?
It's a
Check your
special
phone. Make sure.
episode.
What is it? I'm checking my phone to see.
I'll check on YouTube, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna check on YouTube to see if we sound like good. If
Alright,
if I can hear myself.
I'm checking too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's good. Okay. We did it. We did it, Josh. Made it to YouTube.
Hello.
Hello. No one's on. This is us,
Wait,
Josh.
hold
No one's on the live stream just yet. Um.
on.
What is it? No joke. The actual like front. So this YouTube screen, the video screen, it's not even like a moving video. It's just what is it? It's I'm not even joking. It just says it's our banner logo, and it says live on it.
Yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. I just looked at it.
Oh, what is it? What is it? We got what is it? Thomas George. We got Thomas George on. Thomas George listening. Um,
That's good. That's good.
what is it? Uh, what is it? Shout out to Thomas George for listening. Thank you for telling us that we sound good. What is it? Hold on.
Yeah,
Wait,
thank
I can
you.
say something in the chat. Hold on.
Hold
Ready?
on. Let me try to get it set up on my laptop so I can see it real quick. The chat, I mean. YouTube.
What is it? There we go. I'd shout out Thomas, but not me. Yo, shout out to Matty G. Do you know, it's funny because from what I understand, when like we're doing a live stream going to YouTube, we could like us talking right now. If like let's see we're like a couple seconds into like 203, they're gonna be hearing it
Yeah,
like a couple seconds later. It's actually kind of funny, because that's what I was doing before.
yeah,
Because I was spending the last hour trying to find a website to I was trying to find a website to do the live streaming, because what is it?
yeah.
If you didn't know this, and I'm telling this to everyone, if you don't know this, when you live stream on YouTube, you have to have a live stream host, and I had no idea about this. I quite literally just go in here and I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like, oh, I'm like the you know like every kids movie when like they're in like a helicopter and they're like, oh, look at this big flashing red button, and the guy clicks it, like,
Yeah.
and you're not supposed to click it. That's me. I'm like, that's a big red button. It's like, I don't want to click it, but I really want to click it. What is it?
Well, I'm
Let's
still trying to. Well, I'm still trying to set up this chat.
trying to
Tell
start.
me if you can see me chat. Hold up.
This is what is it?
Can you
Uh,
see me on here?
what is it? Can I see you where?
Did someone just type chat? And someone just type hello in the chat.
What is it? I have no idea. Maybe. What is it? I gotta look at the chat anyway, because I don't understand at all how this stuff works. Um.
I'm
Okay,
still
yeah,
trying
you
to
did
figure out.
write it. It looks. Okay, so it looks like for some reason, like, for some reason on my screen, it just can't see like what people are typing in the chat. So that's why I have my. What is it? So
I have
I
my
have my
phone up.
phone out, reading the chat. Actually, what?
I have to too.
How much you want to bet, like, on the school Chromebooks? They're just like, no, you can't read chat. What is it? Someone in the chat, see if that works. Okay, so
See if
what
it
is it? We
works.
have Anything TV. We have Josh, Thomas George, and we have Fire Phantom. How much you want to bet Fire Phantom's Matty G? I'm just saying,
It's definitely Matt.
definitely him.
I know it's Matt.
It.
You showed me his channel before. That's Matt.
uh,
No doubt.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Matty G. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can get things into different countries. Thomas, I just see Thomas in the chat just go, what? Matt, it is.
Yeah, Matt, it is. What is his profile picture, Tom? Oh, it's his dog. Okay. Okay.
That's nice.
I was like, what is this? Yeah, that's nice.
Is that Flash? What is it? Fun fact about Thomas George, because we know him. What is it? His dog, he named him after Flash. What is it? What is it? The superhero. DC Comics superhero, the Flash. But also because he watches the television series The Flash on the CW. If you saw last week's, if you saw this week,
Even though that show
I was about to say last week. That's how much this quarantine's messing me up. If you've seen this past episode of the podcast, episode 5, you know we talked about Hartley Sawyer and how his whole thing with what is it, the whole old tweets and stuff like that. So you guys know about. So if you've listened, you know about the old tweets. And
yeah.
What is it? I got a text message from Thomas George. He goes, I want to be on the podcast. He goes, I need to talk about this. I'm like, Thomas, you know the rules. I go, Thomas, you know it's just me and Josh, right? And he's like, Thomas, this is the Flash you're talking about.
The Flash is a terrible TV show anyways. No one needs to watch it.
And that's coming from the guy that watched, what is it? What how many?
What, Power?
What is it? Oh,
What
right.
What show you talking about?
Oh, that's just. Oh, right. Okay. You know what? Okay. What is
The
it?
Flash is not a good show. Let's see.
And that's coming from Mr. Who? But still, you know what? I won't dwell on it. I will not. I refuse to dwell on it because you know I'm not rude. I'm not rude or anything like that. I won't be mean.
Okay. If that's what you want to say.
What is it? So, Josh, how are you, Josh?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I took a math quiz today, but I didn't think I would do good on it. But I got 100, you know.
I took that same quiz, 30 out of 31.
I know.
Yeah, that
I
was
got 31 out of 31.
That was annoying. I get when it comes to math, I get annoyed very easily. I think it's just me. I just get like, what is it when something just stops going my way, and people that know me knows especially. Josh, you know me very well for this. When stuff doesn't go my way, I just get angry. Or if stuff isn't working, I get angry. No matter what, I just get angry at everything.
There was this one question on it. It was like towards the end. And it was like, I knew that you had to multiply by the denominator. And I was so confused, but I was like, why do I have to do this? In my head, I was like, how do you do this? Like, what's the point of this? And I was just staring at it for like 10. I would have been done with this, like done with the test within like 10 minutes if I knew what that question was supposed to be about. But since I was just staring at that one question for like 10 minutes, and then I finally realized to add a fraction.
Wait, what question? What question was that? What question was that?
It has to be like 6 or 7. It has. I can check right now actually.
What is it? Because I got stuck on the very last question. So here, you know what? I'll read it to.
I'm checking right now.
What is it, Josh? Actually,
it was question 5.
What is it? Oh, question 5. Read the question. Just say the question. What was the question?
Okay, but 7 over 6x2y plus 10 over 3xy2.
You know what's funny? I always find this funny. I remember when I was younger and I would always hear like all these things like, oh yeah, you have variables and stuff like that for math, and they'd be like talking about letters and numbers. I'm like, first off, this is math. Why are we putting English inside of numbers? I'm like, I think that's obvious. Why are we taking something that everyone hates? Sorry, I shouldn't say everyone hates. What is it? I am an aspiring author, so you know I can't say everyone hates it. I do like writing.
Aspiring right now. But not.
Shut up, Josh.
I had to clear that up, you know.
Yeah. What was one thing? There are 2 things I wanted to point out, and for both, I think deserve a decent amount of time. First thing, Josh, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, actually probably a minute or two ago, Hartley Sawyer.
Yeah.
He got fired from the Flash. Now, for anyone that didn't see episode 5, I recommend checking it out. But we talked about Hartley Sawyer and and if you don't know, Hartley Sawyer got fired from the Flash because of old tweets that he made to about that were what is it? I think it's like misogynistic, a little bit racist. I think it was just mostly misogynistic. But
I did not look at him.
what is it? All I like to say is, what is it? There's two different things that I'm just like, I'm now okay. What is it? There was, like I said, two different things I was kind of angry about. One, I was like, okay, I understand why they fired him, but I'm also a little bit angry that they fired him. One, I think that, by firing him, it's like, okay, yeah, you're setting the example, like, okay, you can't do this, but I'm thinking, I'm like, why didn't they look at his Twitter from the beginning?
Okay.
I just
Well,
think
maybe he deleted the post or something, and like somebody was able to retrieve them or screenshotted them.
Well, that's the thing though. He never He never deleted it. It was people actually just went to his Twitter history and pulled it out. That's the part that's the part where if I'm wrong, call me out in the chat. Especially Thomas George, call me out on that. But from what I understand, those tweets were public. Anyone could have accessed it. I'm more surprised that like the CW Warner Brothers like didn't like look at his Twitter at all. And the thing is, now the second thing that I need to point out is his firing. What kind of they're setting an example. Like, if you do this, you're gonna be fired. Well, I think I might have said this in the podcast, but what is it? What's his name? Ezra Miller, who plays the Flash.
Yeah, you said that in the podcast.
On not television. He plays I'll reiterate again. Thomas George has no idea. But I'll reiterate it. Ezra Miller, who plays Flash in the movies, which he's much more exposed, chokeholds a woman and brings her to the ground. Now, there's a video about it. Now, the woman could have done something to antagonize him, but still, that doesn't give him any right to do that. Why is it that...
I mean, what if she was trying to kill him or something? I don't know.
True.
I have not seen that video, so...
I don't remember the exact situation behind it. I think someone did describe it, though, but even at that, why, if we're putting everything aside and saying that, let's just say she's a fan, because I think it was that she was a fan, and she just got chokehold by, him. But, how come...
Actually, let me look it up right now.
Well, the thing is, let's say my point is true, and which could be completely false, but why is it that he can get away with it, where Warner Brothers doesn't put out a statement.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers doesn't put out a statement, and he doesn't give like an apology or anything. But Hartley Sawyer, who put out an apology, and who said like, okay, yeah, this was wrong, took down those tweets, and he gets fired. I'm also listing the order of events wrong, but still, I'm just like, what kind of example are you setting? Because remember, Ezra Miller's actions came before the firing of Hartley Sawyer, which is, it's like, okay, what kind of example is Warner Brothers setting? Like with Disney, because again, James Gunn had a very similar situation. James Gunn, when he got fired, he got rehired, but same thing. I think it's with all these companies. These companies are diving into the social media background. That way, they don't have a situation like this.
Well, I just don't think that they should condone it at all. But I did search up what you're talking about, and basically, in this 7-second video, it shows a man who is Ezra Miller saying, "Oh, you want to fight? That's what you want to do," to a young woman who appears to be jokingly preparing herself for a fight and is smiling. And then Miller chokeholds the girl. And then the person filming stops it. It's weird. I'm not gonna watch it though.
Yeah. It's so dumb. It really is. But anyways, but from a business perspective, that's the other thing I want to say. From a business perspective, I think there's something different though. Because if you are a business person, you're like, okay, this is bad for my brand. If we have someone like this as one of our main actors, what's that gonna prove to people that want to become like these big superheroes now? Are we condoning this? Are we saying that people like this can still be hired? And I guess that's where like
if I was one of these TV shows producers, I wouldn't even care about firing these dudes because these TV shows are so bad. They're so bad. They're not even good, especially The Flash.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Before you get people angry.
I'm just saying. Get who angry? You and Thomas.
Are they real?
Thomas and Thomas.
Okay, wait, hold on. Are they really? Okay, is The Flash really one of the worst shows on the CW compared to?
I mean, it was good for the first couple of seasons.
The Flash is good compared to the other shows on the network. I will say that. Like, what is it? Like Batwoman, that was terrible. Like
that's not even fair though, because then you're proving my point.
How is that not fair though? Because
I said if I was one of the producers on that show, I would just cancel all the shows because all those shows suck. And you're proving my point. The Flash compared to all the shows on that network is terrible. I mean, The Flash is better than those shows on that network, and The Flash is not even a good TV show.
I think you're looking at...
Okay, but listen. Once Savitar came back, and this is a spoiler, I really don't care, and Savitar was unveiled to be Barry, that's when the show just went downhill. Straight downhill.
I think...
It was a terrible show after that.
What is it? I want to agree with you, but I also want to disagree. Because I thought the show was good. I think the show was good. I think the show got better. I think season 6, the show got better. I think that it did because what is it? Thomas George is still in chat. He would agree with me entirely. The show did go downhill dramatically. During the during the past couple of seasons. I want to say season 3 to season 5, it really went downhill. Then season 6 came and they actually made like decent villains. Like what is it? Season 5 they introduced Cicada. I was like, okay, let's see what they do. And they made it, and I thought they made it seem like that I thought he was like, you could take him down easily, and they were like, Megan's like, oh no, he's a big bad. I'm like, no, he's not. He's actually like not that good of a villain. Maybe that's just me, but like he's more like a one and done villain than a season long villain.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the only TV show I ever really liked on the CW or whatever that network's called was The Arrow. That show was amazing. Always will be. But The Flash, first half was good.
I think The Flash.
Second half.
I think The Flash was good because Flash tried to do what Arrow did, but like do a little bit more comedic touch. And I think that's what I think drew me in, because it wasn't like I thought Arrow got Arrow, I remembered watching it, but towards its last couple of seasons, I think I want to say maybe 1 or 2 episodes out of the entire season, I would just be half paying attention to it. And I think that was my thing throughout the series through that. And I with some of the episodes, I just didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, oh, that's right, because I just stopped paying attention right there.
That's why the CW shows are terrible.
Well,
I'm joking.
But
semi-joking.
You know what? They're not. What is it? I think some of the shows were good. Black Lightning was good for. I thought Black Lightning. I watched the first season. I liked it. Then towards the second season, I kind of just started getting bored, and then it got to the point where I got bored and I just stopped watching it.
I didn't even watch that one.
Hmm.
I have not watched the only shows I have watched on there was The Arrow, Flash for a little bit, the new show Stargirl for a little bit, and I watched Gotham, but that's on a different station, and it's way better. But
I want to watch Gotham. I tried watching the first episode and I got really confused, like really fast. I just was like, wait, hold on, what is going on? Maybe I was watching episode 1, but like I might have clicked on like another season for episode 1. I don't know. But
season 4, episode 1.
I just go, it's like, who's this guy? Why does this guy look like the Joker?
Yeah.
Who's Jerome?
But the Flash isn't like bad. I would recant that statement. It's not bad, but like
just like what you did with the teachers.
Okay, listen.
Oh.
Okay, no, I'm not recanting my statement. Then The Flash is a terrible TV show. Don't even watch it. If anybody's listening to this, don't watch it. It's terrible. Like, it has bad villains, bad superheroes.
Oh, no. You take that back. Take that back.
Bad actors.
Take that back.
One's even got fired. The Hartley dude got fired, too. Don't watch
first off,
that.
I like the actor. The actor was great. That was great. Josh, I'm not arguing with you about The Flash. I won't. Because I know that you are... Because, Josh, you know how angry I can get, and I don't want to get angry here. Josh, you know how my anger works. I prefer not to shine on this. First live episode, I'm like, are you kidding me? Doesn't make any sense. That point was dumb. It didn't make any sense.
Come on, you have to admit,
the
right?
statement.
The main actor, what's his name? What's the kid's name?
Flash?
The Flash?
Yeah,
what's his name, though? You have to admit, he's a terrible actor.
You know what, Josh? And you could do a better job?
Yes, sir.
No, you couldn't.
But I can't because, I wouldn't fit the role, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Right.
What is it?
Just saying, but...
Grant Gustin's a great actor on The Flash. So, you know what?
No.
Oh, bruh, he actually plays The Flash fairly well. I like his character. I thought he played it really well.
He's a terrible actor, and you know it. You know it. Just like how, what's the name? Iris is a terrible actor and character.
Josh, You're Josh, I've never seen someone so completely and utterly wrong.
Oh, so your opinion is facts now? Wow. That's crazy, Thomas.
Okay, let's move on. So...
Yeah, let's move on from
HBO
two
Max.
better TV shows,
Let's go on to HBO Max.
A streaming service with better TV shows like Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing. If you haven't watched those, you need to watch those. Those two shows are amazing.
I need to start watching Doom Patrol, but I want to see Swamp Thing.
Watch Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is so freaking good.
Did you know that CW they bought the airing rights for Swamp Thing?
No way.
Yeah, so they're gonna be airing that during the summer.
Oh no. Yeah. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying to get to Swamp Thing. I don't know why I said no way.
Is it either during the summer or the fall? I forget. Not that it matters.
It's during one of the things. What do you call it though? How much is it? Is it like $10 a month? Because I really do not have money for another $10 a month.
What is it? HBO Max? I wouldn't buy it just yet because what is it? Josh, you know probably you know this because I think we talked about it before. That
how
HBO Max
the launch was terrible.
What is it? Yeah, HBO Max currently is not available on what's it called? The Apple Podcast. Why did you say Apple Podcast? It's what is it? HBO Max is currently not available on Roku or Amazon Fire TV. It's not, and I think that's the dumbest thing, because what is it? I think that it
But I
shows
don't
that.
know. You know what, Thomas? I don't even use those things though. I usually just watch it on my phone or laptop.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh wow. You know what?
But meanwhile, while we're live, if anybody wants to hit me up with a Disney Plus sign in, I promise I will not take your information. I just want to watch movies. So, do that for me.
Pretty sure what
Thank
is it?
you.
You know what Netflix did? But what is it? Netflix, they were getting angry at people not like people like sharing their Netflix username and password. So they like add this. They added this like location tracking
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah.
where like it
I
would
remember
track
because
like it would be like tracking where you're using the where your password's being used. So basically, you either had to pay extra for someone doing that, or what is it? If instead of paying extra, you would have someone. What's it called? I think it's someone would be
signed off or something.
Yeah, and the other person would just have to pay for it.
What do you call it? The only reason why I know about that and like why I remember that so clearly was because, I'm not gonna mention names, but like one of my friends were borrowing another one of my friends' Netflix Netflix passwords, and one day I walked up to them, and then the other kid walked up, and he's like, "Did you hear about what's happening with Netflix? I might not be able to sign in anymore, or something like that." It was pretty funny. I was laughing the whole time. I was like, but they still I think he still uses his account. I'm not sure. He does, I think.
That's actually interesting.
I think it's like the same state or something, or same city. They are from the same city, so.
That's nice. What is it?
But I think if you buy the most upgraded version of Netflix, it won't matter.
Yeah.
So I think the most upgraded version is like $12. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It doesn't matter. What is it? But
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. HBO Max though, that's I hope that gets better. But also,
I just want to say how that like shows how much that like characterizes us so much. Like we talk about something, we're like, doesn't even matter, man.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't even matter. Who cares?
Oh, there's a nuclear explosion outside. Doesn't matter. Dad, Chernobyl was able to survive. We will too.
I just want a strawberry smoothie, man.
Now that I say that, am I allowed to say something like that?
I mean, we're live. You can't really take it back.
Josh,
you
quite literally said, teachers, what kind of job do they have? It's like,
hey, listen, no.
And then recanted that same statement in the same episode.
That is a lie, bro. He's twisting my words. I never said that specifically. What I said was that a lot of teachers give a lot of work. That's basically what I said. That's the basis of anything at that day. All right. So for like I mean, I know one teacher listens to our podcast, and that teacher's pretty cool. What? But if any other teachers I know one teacher a gym teacher listens to our podcast, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if any other teacher listens to our podcast, and I don't know, right? Other than my gym teacher, because I already know my gym teacher listens, right?
Have we told any of
if any other teacher listens, I don't know. Hold on. If any other teacher listens, I'm not saying your job's not essential. I'm not saying teaching is not important. What I'm saying is y'all be assigning so much homework. Okay? I missed one day.
That's your defense. It's like, hey,
no,
like,
listen,
I'm not saying that your jobs aren't essential, but
I missed one day of school this week, right? And when I come back, I have like 10 pages of homework to do, and we're online. I'm like, bruh, you got to be joking me. Now, was it that hard to do? No, not really. But does it matter? Mm-hmm. I like my teachers. I'm just joking around. This is just a fun podcast. Don't take anything I said seriously.
Josh, it's like, oh yeah, just so everyone knows, I like my teachers.
I like school. even though that one speech, and I know we're not gonna talk about that.
That's just letting you know. Only
Next
two
topic.
people are listening to this. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah,
I think it's
Thomas
only, like,
George and probably Matt.
that's what we have. We have like two two concurrent viewers. Do I know what that means? Absolutely not.
It means that two viewers are always watching.
Let's
Blah.
hope that's it. Let's hope that's at least. Let's see. Anything new in the chat? Too late. So okay,
You know
we got
that-
D
you don't
Sykes
never-
wrote too late at 2:30. So I think
we
it's
have
about what you said, Josh. Something about what you said.
We have an essay due today. I still have not flushed out the outline yet. I mean, it's gonna be easy for me to finish this. I'm doing this literally right after I get off this call. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so easy. But then I had to watch a 2-hour video for history and then do like 60 questions. And I'm
Josh,
like,
but is it really
dang,
60
man.
questions?
No, it's seriously, it is 60 questions. I'm so serious, man. I mean, I'm like, okay, he gave us 2 days to do it, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll accept it.
Okay.
But I had it's all my history teachers, right? They always been like a different personality. You know, I had the chill one, I had the serious one, I had like the meditation one, but I had so many different history teachers that are so different from each other. You know? But
I
Thomas,
understand,
I have a
Josh.
question. If you different teacher, I mean, don't say their name. Just say like the subject and year, alright? Who would you choose?
Okay, say that one more time.
If you had to choose a favorite, if you had to choose a favorite teacher, and don't say their name. Just say like, algebra class, and in my senior year, you know. So say that instead of the
first
name.
off, I think we have to legally say gym teacher, junior year, great teacher.
Yes,
We're both about to say
legally.
this, Josh. Legal reasons.
Gym teacher, yes.
Okay,
Gym
what is
teacher, junior year, and gym teacher. What year is this? This is junior. What is wrong with me? This
Well,
is
Josh,
junior year.
Josh, Josh, do you think I would tell you this on air? What's wrong with you?
Alright.
Okay.
But now that we both said gym teacher,
Okay.
who
My
else? Who
favorite
else?
teacher.
Teachers. I
Okay,
want you to just
teachers
choose
could be
one.
plural.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my! Dude, what is it? I have such a long.
I'm gonna get you in trouble, Thomas.
I want to say my Spanish teacher. She was one of my favorites. I want to say
I totally forgot about my Spanish teacher.
7th grade and 8th grade year. I won't say the name. I'll call her. What should I call her? You know, I'll call her Miss. Cause someone in the chat just write something for me to call her. I don't know.
Call him Miss Keto.
No. What is it?
No.
What was it? I'll call her Miss Oak, just because I'm thinking
Miss
because
Oak,
I have
okay.
Pokemon in my head, so I'm like Miss Oak. So basically, Miss Oak, she was a different teacher. She was oblivious. Like she was like I think she was.
Whoa! Would you not come into your
I'm not saying this in a mean way, but like. It was. I don't want to be mean, but like it was kind of bad at some points. Like
he said oblivious.
I'm not even joking. Like, do you know what I'm talking about, right, Josh?
You might actually have to say the first letter.
I won't say it. I'll tell you later, and you'll probably understand. But still, she was oblivious. So quite literally, in the classroom that we were in, you could throw a pencil case across the room. And she probably wouldn't notice. And people did do that. She was so.
Yo, I loved her too.
What is it? I always find I'm a teacher kiss up, but I was also like really nice too, so like that helped. So I was really nice to her.
You're not
like,
a teacher kiss up.
What is it? She was actually like really nice to me.
Well, my Spanish teacher, I loved her so much, right? Because like we had an understanding. Like, as in,
we had an understanding.
As in, like, she knew that I did not like Spanish at all. and I was just there so I can get a B and I can finish my Spanish requirement, and I know it would look good on my college, thing. But anyways, she knew that we had an understanding. But so basically, what she would do the last like hour, 30 minutes of class, we would do our homework, and every day I would ask if I could just go to the library, and she would just let me leave, go to the library to do my homework. And I was like, "Yo, you're instantly my favorite teacher." And for any teachers listening, there's probably not gonna be any. But if I'm asking you to go to the library, I'm so serious. I just want to go to the library. I'm not going anywhere else. But I had one teacher. Say like, "Oh, I know."
That. Josh is like the only
yeah,
kid.
exactly. I'm so serious.
Josh is like the only kid that like. When he says he's going somewhere, he goes there. Like, and he doesn't leave. Like, he's honestly, the funny part is I've seen Josh. He'll be like, "Hey, can I go to the library?" And the teacher will be like, "No, you're just gonna leave." And he's like, "No, I won't." And he'll be like, "Okay."
And it gets frustrating sometimes. Man. It really does get frustrating sometimes because I actually go to the library, man. And like I see other kids who don't, and I really could care less about the other kids who don't. But like, come on, I'm going to the library. Like, what do I do? What makes a teacher look at me? I do not sleep in class. That was like a once in every other year thing.
Josh, you admitted you slept
once
in class
in every other year. Once in every other year, right?
Josh,
that was not a every year thing.
Once in every other year, Josh. Josh. How many times did you say you slept?
And it was usually in English class, bro. It was usually in English class. I didn't even sleep in English.
Josh,
English was
like slept in.
Okay, let me think. Freshman year. Okay. I know I slept in English class. Not this year, but well, I have, but that's online. Online doesn't count. Online does not count. You can't say it counts either. But English, I think it's usually just English. It's something about the words, man. It's something about the words. I don't know.
It's the verses and the letters and numbers and the words. They just.
No, I'm so serious. Okay, anybody listening, do me a favor. When you're extremely tired, pick up a book and look at it. Tell me it doesn't instantly make you fall asleep. If you can look at a book for 5 minutes and not go to sleep, I will pay you $10.
Josh,
just don't cash in on that.
Josh, even I would put my money on the line. Josh, like even when I'm broke, I don't put my money on the line. Like, let's say I'm in a bet that this is going to happen. I don't bet on it. I know it's gonna happen, but I don't bet on it because if I do, I lose money. Then I lose money, and I don't feel like losing money if I am potentially.
Listen, Thomas, you only bet on things that no one can prove. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, right? Getting back to what I was saying, if I say I'm going to the library, I mean I'm going to the library. Like I promise you, I'm going to the library. Like I really, if I want to go to somewhere else, I would say I want to go to somewhere else. I'm not the type of person that lies. I know someone who lies so much.
Are you talking
might be
about
in the
me?
chat. Not you.
Who are you talking about?
But you know exactly who I'm talking about.
What? Matty G?
Yes, sir. No offense, Matt.
If he's listening, he's just gonna. Oh my gosh.
He's ain't bad. Why did you say that, man? But anyways,
why did you say that?
I'm literally the only person who literally does not lie. I would tell you straight up if I did something or not. I really don't care.
Are you saying that I lie?
I mean, you don't lie. You do.
What was that, Josh? Like that wasn't even.
I mean,
it's like I was waiting for you to go like, no, you don't lie. I don't think you lie. You were just like, nah, you don't lie.
I mean, like you don't lie.
Like a confident
you have the Boy Scouts on it. But you don't lie. You have like the Boy Scouts honors and crap. I just don't lie because I have my own honor too.
Are you kidding me?
You know?
Did you just throw that at me? You just
Yeah,
said
the
Boy
Boy
Scout
Scouts
honor.
honor code.
It's like you have Boy Scout
Yeah.
honor. You won't lie. Okay, I see how it is.
But there's been so many times when like I'm not gonna say that. But
Wait, what?
I'm not gonna say that.
What were you
I
about to
really
say,
can go
Josh?
for
What were you about to
Strawberry.
say?
I was just thinking I could really go for a Strawberry movie right now. I really want one so bad right
What
now.
do you want?
A Strawberry movie.
Only you, Josh. Only you. Josh,
Yeah,
Josh, there could be a nationwide pandemic, but if you don't have a smoothie, you're done.
Oh wait, there is, man. There is.
What?
Let's see. A
There's
nationwide pandemic.
Oh look, Josh, we have what is it? We got a 3rd subscriber. Yay!
Subscriber. Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
Whoever
Continue subscribing.
Continue subscribing. Help us grow. Yo, we want to beat. What is it? We have to beat T-Series. We have to beat PewDiePie. We have to beat Coco Melon. That's a joke. That's a PewDiePie joke. If anyone knows that. Because PewDiePie's trying
Well,
to.
what do you call it? Thomas, you're not gonna skip that one question. Who are your favorite teachers, Thomas?
I just said. I told you one.
Oh, just Spanish? Just
No,
that's your own.
there's
Just
more.
Spanish and gym.
No, there's more. There's some more. Now I gotta think. What is it? Music
Okay, I'll tell you my favorite teachers. All right.
Wait, what is it? Hold on. My in high school? All my years I do marching band. So what is it? The band director is the greatest. I'll admit, I can say that. Favorite teacher right there. He's also my music tech teacher. Love it.
Okay. Well, these teachers are only from high school. So like middle school teachers, don't get offended. I have my own favorite list for that stuff too.
Yeah.
So for high school, obviously our gym teacher, and I was freshman and junior year. And of course our public speaking teacher, she was great.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that class. I agree with that too. I agree with that too.
I love that class so much because
that was so much fun.
I literally am the shy kid, and I am the person that doesn't talk a lot or talk in front of people. But that class was just amazing. I love that class. I don't understand what happened there.
Do you remember
that class was just perfect.
Was it, Josh? Do you remember at the end of the year when we No, it wasn't the end of the year. During the class when we had to do that. Basically, we had an activity where basically you gave an argument for something that you either agreed or disagreed on for a certain side.
Wait, we're not talking about an essay, right?
No.
I made up.
It was just one of those what is it? Because our teacher was out, so we had a sub.
Yeah. The money by happiness question. Thing.
No, just the entire thing was like, okay.
Yeah.
Remember how like
I enjoyed that.
I got to the point. What is it? I don't know why. I just like I wanted to disagree with I wanted to do like a huge disagreement to just see what would happen. Like remember one of those questions? It was like I forget what the question was. It was like it was a really stupid question. Like that like everyone would like disagree with. Everyone would be like, oh, it's like yeah, you should obviously believe this. And I went against it just to see.
Yeah,
what would
I remember
happen.
that.
I just remember everyone just kind of ganged up and I felt like I was ganged up.
He even told the class. That's why he went on the other side. He said, "I just wanted to see go over here because you guys are over there." I was like, "Yo."
I did, and they're like, "Do you have a valid argument?" I'm like, "No."
No,
my
that's
argument
one of the
was
questions.
Completely invalid. It was incredible.
I still think about the does money buy happiness question to this day. And when I think back on it, I was not equipped well enough to debate because I did not think about this, all right? So I just want to settle this fact real quick. It's going to take a minute, all right? Money can't buy happiness in the physical sense of, exchange money for 10 days of happiness. But And money, and also when people say, "Oh, money can buy material things that can make you happy," that's a whole different argument, and you can't really say that makes you. That's like a temporary happiness. But what money can do is it buys you time, and to be able to find what truly makes you happy, what truly is out there to make you happy, and the people who make you happy, you need time. Like most people go through their life not happy because first thing they do, they go to college and work, and then the only free time they have is 2 days a week to themselves, where they're trying to find a girlfriend or some crap, you know?
Yeah. I think that
money buys time.
What is it? I agree with that, and I think also money. I think that money buys happiness. I think is true in the sense like money can get other people can make other people happy. Like it's what you do with the money that counts. Like if you donate, like let's say you donate money to charity, that's gonna help someone, and that can make you feel good. And, that's why I always find like when you like donate to charity, it doesn't help you. Or it's like sure you're helping yourself, but like I think that like there's also like just a sense of pride. It's like okay, I help these people, or I help do this.
Yeah, I wanna hopefully create my own charity in the future.
That's me. I'm just like I would rather create my own charity because I don't trust I just had terrible trust issues. So
yeah,
I don't
you
trust
definitely.
I don't trust other people. I don't trust other charities. I would rather.
I've seen his trust issues in action, bro, in every aspect of his life. He questions everything. I'm telling you right now. If you tell him something, he's gonna question you. He's gonna question you, man.
Hey, I believe in Socrates' principles. Question everything.
But there was this one time. Right? For a Spanish class, so basically what happened was I was in Spanish honors. I was not doing well in that class. And number one, I already said during this podcast that I hated Spanish. I'm just not good at that. So I went back to Spanish 2. Yeah. I went back to Spanish 2, and Thomas was in that class. And Thomas was like, no way, now we could be in the same class together. I was like, yeah. So we're doing a project.
Oh.
And it was like, and the teacher was absent.
I know where this is going.
All right. But there was 2 instances. But anyway, we partner up. And I'm like, Thomas, what's the answer to number 17? He's like, Josh, do it yourself. Don't cheat off of me. I was like, Thomas, we're partners. What are you talking about? This is literally what a partnership's supposed to do.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking.
And there was another instance. No. I don't even remember. I don't know how it started, all right? But me and Thomas, we were mad with each other over something. And then somehow I accidentally dropped Thomas's teacup on the ground. It didn't have any water in it or anything like that, but it dropped. And I picked it up for him. And then he looked at the top of the lid. It wasn't even on the cup. It was on the lid. All right. There was a tiny chip on the lid.
It was broken.
No, it was not.
It was not tiny. That is such a lie.
It was not big. It was not big. It was medium sized at the best. All right.
Medium sized. Okay. Okay, go on.
The lid. All right. The first thing he does, right? Because our substitute teacher, we were already fighting with each other. We were already arguing with each other about something. So he gave us 2 strikes or some crap.
Oh, yeah.
He said some crap about baseball. I was like, I don't watch baseball, dude. What are you saying?
He's like, have you guys ever seen baseball? And we're just like, yeah. And he's like, well, you just got your first strike. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm just like, what? I'm like, what kind of twisted logic are you doing?
And like we got a second strike already, man. But anyway, I pick up his cup. He discovers that there's a tiny little chip on the lid. The first thing Thomas does is start yelling, "Josh broke my teacup! Josh broke my teacup!"
I didn't yell.
And
I was like, Josh broke my
No.
I did this. I was like, Josh broke my teacup. Josh broke my teacup. Like, Josh broke my teacup.
And I was like, Thomas, chill. Wait a second, Thomas. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. It stopped screaming, bro. Everybody's looking at us.
Josh,
and homie,
you broke my teacup. What else was I supposed to do?
he continues to go on for like another minute, and everyone's just staring at us, right? And
That
I'm like,
was
bro,
funny.
are you kidding me? And the teacher comes back. He's like, is that an issue? And we're like, no,
No.
no, there's no issue. That's when Thomas stopped. I was like, Thomas, what the frick are you doing? I didn't even break your stupid teacup. You got another lid. That's probably cause the lid wasn't even broken. All right, the lid was not broken. It
The
was a
lid
tiny
was
little chip.
broken, Josh.
The lid was not broken. I'm telling you, the lid was nice. It was like a tiny little chip on the side or something like that.
Yeah, well, actually, no. It was on like the mouth. It was on like the mouth part of the teacup and like on the side. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly, I could be completely wrong. I honestly don't remember.
Tom's just having PTSD right now. You should, if you know him,
It's
in
all
school, you know how
coming back.
important that mug is to him. You know how important that mug is to him. There was also another time during public speaking with me and Tom. So the teacher was giving an assignment of a comedy speech or something like that in relation, and she was talking about how she had this one group of best friends that did it on each other. So I already knew in my head that Thomas was about to say something to me about that.
Oh.
And when she was done speaking, the first thing Thomas says is like, Josh, we should do it on each other. I was like, Thomas, that's not the greatest idea. I'm telling you right now.
It wasn't.
And I told her, I said, Thomas, although I have stuff I can write down, Thomas, I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't have anything you can really write down on me. I'm like the chillest guy in the room. I don't even do anything in this room. Like, I'm not like, yelling or anything. He said, no, Josh, I got it. So the day comes for us to present our speech.
Oh, it was bad.
And like, no, you did a good job.
What is it? Can I say how it went? Wait, hold on. Let me say how it went.
Yeah, you say how it went.
So for me, so I think I went up first. Was I that went up first? I think it was. I went up first.
No, you went up second. I went up first.
Okay, then you say how you.
Yeah. By the way, they loved my speech. Okay, so basically, right, my speech was basically about the little things that Thomas does to annoy me. This is one thing. Whenever we're sitting down in like the library or something, and I like to put my feet up, so I grab another chair, put my feet up. First thing he does, instead of getting his own chair to put his feet up, is take my chair and put his feet up on it. And I'm like, Thomas, there's literally like 20 other chairs in here. What are you doing? He's like, I want this chair. I was like, okay, Thomas. And then there was like other stuff too, but that was a pretty good speech, But yeah, Thomas, say your speech now. Oh yeah, and at the end of my speech, I was like, although Thomas annoys me, I hope the best for him. He's my best friend, yada yada. And then Thomas' speech came up, and let me tell you, the first thing Thomas says in his speech is that my speech was terrible. And I was so mad. I wasn't mad. I'm joking, but okay. He did say that. But
okay, ready for this? So I forget the main topic points I talked about. I think so. It was very hard to come up with stuff to make fun of Josh on. So the first thing I go is, Josh, do you remember what I talked about for that? I just remember I had 3 subjects lined out, and I didn't know what I was going to talk about. So I did like 2, and I bombed. I got no laughs. I got nothing. The third one.
I think the first 2 is like.
They were, but either way, they bombed hard. I bombed horribly.
You did.
And then.
I mean, you did a good job, like speaking it and stuff, though.
I think that when it came to the last one I brought up, and I'll say it here because I can. So, I said that
the last one was funny.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, if you ever take Josh to the movie theaters, Josh, he goes in. He has a soup and sandwich. He's got a foot-long sandwich inside of his jacket and a soup somewhere there, too. And so he pulls out Game Ready for the movie. I'm like, how do you bring that in? It doesn't make sense. That's impossible. you can't. That's like quite literally impossible. Doesn't make sense.
Listen, I had the perfect hiding spot. No one knows how I get my soup in. I love my soup, though.
I honestly don't know how he gets it in. Next time, once all the theaters open up in July, they're gonna be patting you down.
they pat me down, I'll just be like, listen, why are you trying to fill up my sandwich? But
No, you're gonna be
no,
no.
I'll tell the
They're
guy
gonna
like,
try.
you
They're
want
gonna
half,
try to
man?
start. They're gonna start patting you down. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, are you trying to be racist?"
Whoa, Thomas, let's not say anything
What am I?
related to that.
Well, am I not allowed to say that?
I mean, I don't even know.
Like, cause
But what do you call it though?
I'm like technically,
That point was
I'm like
that.
technically that's what is it? They have. I guess like technically it'd be illegal to pat you down like right there. Like they would have to be patting everyone down. Cause what is
But that point you did make was funny as crap, though.
that was funny. I'll admit that.
I had to admit that one. That one point was funny, you know.
Honestly,
But
if I went up there and used some of the jokes I have now, I probably could have done slightly better.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Yeah, maybe. You know, every comedian has to fail a couple of times before they get great. You know.
Yeah, that's why That's why I'm trying to run for president of the United States and not as a comedian.
You're like, I can't handle the silence. I can't handle it.
I'd rather become president. I'll be used to the silence. I'll stand up and they'll clap for me.
Oh
what
man.
is it? Josh, you want to hear this? We've been live for almost
55 minutes.
I was about to say hold on, ready? 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
59.
We've been on for 56 minutes.
56.
We've been on for 56 minutes. How do you feel about that, Josh?
I feel very happy. We did a good job, you know. The beginning was a little bit bumpy. You know, the teacher's conversation was a little bit bumpy. But we got back on track.
What have you done, Josh? You want to end it? Or actually, we can start wrapping things up if you want.
Yeah, we have like 4 minutes left. We can like wrap things up, you know?
What is it?
So I just want to say all teachers' jobs are essential and important. You know, I just want to tell you guys that. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for any teachers listening, do not be mad at me.
Josh,
and
there's
also,
only one person listening. Calm down. That person
okay,
actually
good,
might be me.
good.
Hold on, let's try this. If I turn off my phone, I'm just like, if that person's me, that's gotta be, because I know like, I put in, because I know like I was watching for like a minute, so. I was watching to like hear the live chat, so.
And also, if I say I'm going to the library, I mean I'm going to the library. And yeah.
What is it?
That's it for me.
Oh, what is it? We got another viewer. Welcome. Current viewer.
Oh, really? Who's this new viewer?
Oh, they just left. Okay, someone just left. That's nice. So, let's see. So, well, let's end it here. Okay. We got a second. We got another like, Josh. Josh, we did it.
That was my
2
like.
likes.
That was me, man.
We have zero. No one's watching us anymore.
It's alright. We're just speaking into an endless void, you know.
No, I'll find a way how to get this on YouTube. So I can do
Yeah,
this.
we'll get it on YouTube.
I'll find a way. What is it? That's the podcast, everyone. I really want to call this a podcast. I'm gonna call. You know what? Should I just call this?
That was the discussion.
That's the live show, everyone. That's the live show.
Yeah, screw it. That's the live show.
Remember, check out the podcast every
that's your
Wednesday.
Netflix passwords.
Josh, stop speaking over me. What is it?
I'm sorry.
What is it? What is it? That's the live show, everyone. What is it? Remember, our podcast is every Wednesday. They usually come out at 6, if not a little earlier, but 6. Okay, so what is it? So it's every Wednesday at 6. 6, right? Okay. Wednesday at 6. It's on Apple Podcast, which is cool. Spotify. TuneIn. Did you know TuneIn? I gotta find out how you get that on like the Alexa and stuff like that.
I don't know. I don't even have Alexa.
Yeah. But
You just said yeah.
yeah. But
yeah, well, we don't. Mm-hmm.
That's how. Yeah, so that's how that works. And then, so we're on TuneIn. We're also on what's it called? we're on iHeartRadio. We have another viewer that just came in. That's cool. What is it?
Yeah.
Hello, new viewer, along with the other. Oh, someone just left. That's cool. That's cool. But what is it?
Someone's just joining our chat.
Another person just came back. What is it? You can find us. Should we make a Facebook page for this show, Josh? We should. I'll find out.
That's if we want to like market on Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. Remember, what is it? We're on TuneIn. We're also on iHeartRadio. We're on like the podcast section of iHeartRadio. I honestly just was like, oh, is iHeartRadio just a radio station? And I thought that for a while. I'm like, no, apparently they have their own website. You can listen to podcasts on there too. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, but this was a good live show.
It was.
I really enjoyed it.
Hey, it was pretty successful on my part. I mean,
yeah.
on my part.
Whoa. You said on my part.
I like how just immediately I'm just like, it was successful on my part.
He didn't like that the fact that I said the Flash was trash, you know? But
no,
I'm just speaking facts.
No, it's not true. I didn't like how you said. I didn't like how. What is it? I texted you like an hour ago, and you went and you texted me back, and you're like a couple minutes after I said, "Can you come on for 45?" Were you sleeping? Were you sleeping?
No, I was reading the stupid article for freaking English.
I was like,
I'm
like, Josh, wake up. Oh, Thomas Schultz just said, give credit to Josh. Josh, I give you all the credit in the world.
Thank you, Thomas George. At least someone appreciates me, you know? Thank you.
What is it? No, I appreciate you, Josh. I did set up the whole stream. I'll say that. Okay, but I want to give myself that credit. Bro, I kept getting so angry because I didn't know how to do this, so I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Wait, are we still live?
Yeah.
Oh. Yo, Thomas George, the Flash is terrible. Just letting you know. Just had to tell you the truth.
It's not terrible. And Josh, I like
Thomas
how you're still live. And you're just like, oh, we are. Josh, I give you credit. But remember, listen to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio. Follow us on Twitter, at everything in30. Yeah, what is it? And then also subscribe to us on YouTube. That's everything in 30. And we also have and then you can find us on our Buzzsprout site too. Oh my gosh! So that's the live show. Thank you guys for listening. What's it? I guess we'll see you guys next time. Josh, anything? Any last words? Okay.
Last words. Flash is terrible.
No, it's
Teachers
not.
are essential. And Michael Jackson's alive. Peace.
Hold on. Flash is amazing. Let's just say that. Flash is amazing. What is it? We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.